Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Rashonda King. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am setting up for a first birthday. It's been a while since I've done a first birthday. So I'm just making duplets and I'm just letting you see the different colors that I will be using in this setup. So I have the reflex gold. I think that's a matte pink and white sand. Okay, now I am putting the balloons into clusters of 8. And now I'm showing you how I created the 5-inch balloons. I made clusters of 2, 3, and 4 in each of the colors as well. I am at the client's home. I started with putting the circle backdrop together. I got this from U Backdrop. I will have a link in the description. So this is going behind the dessert table or the cake table. I love how their cloth covering has like sockets where you can put the leg of the circle backdrop through. So here I am laying out the backdrop. I steamed this and I used a large PVC pipe to wrap it in and keep the wrinkles out. So I'm just placing the backdrop stand according to how wide this backdrop is. So this is my Efava Mark stand that I'm using because I'm not doing any double layer draping. And it's just going to be a single layer. So this is what I'm using. Because the backdrop that the client purchased was short, I'm putting drapes behind it so that just to add the length to it so that they'll be able to take pictures. So here I am measuring just to make sure the drapes are centered, making sure the pink is even and the gold is centered. So I'm adding this backdrop, this vinyl backdrop on with corsage pins. So I'm taking you in closer and letting you see how I'm adding them in. Here I am creating pole covers. I created 2 of those out of the sequin gold. I lift the backdrop up, but I'm gonna end up, I think I brought it back down. So I was trying to create some connection points for the balloons. Then I'm tying the balloons by their necks. And when you saw me put those 260s on, so I end up moving that to the pole. That 260, I had it attached to a safety pin, and then I end up just attaching it directly to the pole. I'm adding on my 5-inch balloons because I know I'm going to get ready to lift this backdrop up and I'm not going to be able to reach. I should have brought my ladder though. I was just continuing to add clusters on. One tip that I would suggest if you're doing balloon installations, get a U-Haul, because I tried to just use my truck. I do have a truck, but it was only so many of them I was able to make. So I just went around the back and secured this balloon garland at the bottom. So I just continued to just shape the balloon garland, move the balloons around. Like if I felt like a spot looked thin, I would add like a cluster of 4 in. And I tried to give it more like a triangular shape. So the top is a little thin, and then as you go down the garland, it widens out. So I gave it like a triangular shape. So I'm just adding the 5-inch balloons in. I'm tying them by the neck. If I'm unable to tie them by the neck, sometimes I'll just use a 260 and make it kind of like a rubber band and kind of take it around the balloon. So now I'm adding my accents in. I use pampas grass. I use dried palm leaves. This is how I put the silk roses and the pampas grass into the garland. I only put that in the gold sections. I didn't like the way it was blending with the pink. So this is how this portion of the setup turned out. I did not do the photo props. I just did the backdrop and the balloon garland, as you can see. But I think the pumpkins, the different assortment of pumpkins, and the little seat with the pumpkin blanket, all that just went with the decor very well. So here I am adding the balloons to the circle backdrop. My only regret here is that I probably shouldn't have used as many big balloons. So using a lot of big balloons for the other garland was okay, but since the ceilings were lower and they probably was about 7 feet tall, I should have used not as many big balloons. I am adding custom ladders to the backdrop. I had another designer created those for me. This is how this turned out. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I thank you so much for joining me today. Until I see you next time. Bye.